so effective down low, and she can get a lot of people in foul trouble with how physical she is.
Son, turn it on. Hand is down. My goodness.
It's sad. It's very, very sad and unfortunate what has happened to Sophie Cunningham. Sophie Cunningham, let's be clear here. Sophie Cunningham was targeted. Let's be very, very clear here.
Such a huge blow for the Indiana Fever because Sophie Cunningham has been somebody, she has been the glue of this team since Caitlin has been out. She is playing so incredibly well during the second half of this season. She plays hard every single night. She's super tough. She doesn't make excuses.
The arena was roaring, every seat packed, every fan on their feet, voices shaking the rafters. But in a single moment, silence. Sophie Cunningham was on the floor. Comment about WNBA drama. Her body twisted awkwardly, clutching her leg, her face pale with pain. The energy that just seconds ago was electric had now evaporated into shock, into disbelief. You could hear a pin drop in the stadium, but you could also hear her muffled cry as trainers rushed toward her. And in that instant, one chilling question gripped every fan watching live, every person streaming at home, every teammate frozen on the bench. What just happened to Sophie Cunningham? Because this wasn't just a stumble. This wasn't just a bad step. No, this felt different. This felt deliberate. The replay cut across the jumbotron. Gasps erupted. Rewind. Slow motion. Over and over. You could see it. Another player's elbow. The sudden push. The unnatural contact. It wasn't just bad luck. It looked like an attack. The whispers began. The commentators hesitated, their voices trembling with the weight of what they were seeing. This doesn't look right, one finally muttered. And then the questions rained down. Was this a dirty play? Was Sophie targeted? And, most importantly, why? Because Sophie Cunningham isn't just any player. She's fire. She's energy. She's the player you love if she's on your team and hate if she's not. Tough, relentless, unapologetic, a warrior in sneakers. But maybe that's exactly why someone wanted her out. Stephanie White, her coach, stood frozen on the sideline. One hand over her mouth, the other clutching the playbook like it was the only thing keeping her steady. She'd seen injuries before. She'd coached through heartbreak before. But this was different. Her eyes scanned the court, not at Sophie, but at the opponent who had made contact.
She just dove at her knee. And as of right now, I am pissed off, guys. I am pissed off because I cannot believe this is a professional basketball league. This is a professional basketball league where things like this happens.
She goes. She's playing mean and plays out of control. Looked out of control to me. Maybe you should focus her sister. Maybe you should focus less on finding players for commenting on your poor officiating and more about hiring officials that are capable to call a consistent game and protect your athletes. Pathetic. Praying for you. The only good thing positive surrounding Sophie Cunningham coming out of this game, she looked in good spirits in the locker room. She didn't look completely defeated in the locker room.
Her glare could have burned a hole straight through the hardwood. She knew what everyone was already whispering. This wasn't basketball. This was betrayal. As Sophie was carried off the floor, her head buried in her hands, the cameras caught something chilling, her lips mouthing a single phrase. Why me? The crowd didn't cheer. They didn't clap. They sat in stunned silence, as if they too were asking the same thing. Why Sophie? Why now? Why like this? The league officials leaned toward one another, speaking in hushed voices courtside. Phones rang behind the bench. Trainers shook their heads. And on social media, within seconds, Sophie Cunningham's name was trending at #1. Not just in sports, but across the entire country. The hashtags exploded. #Justice for Sophie, #WNBA conspiracy, #Protect Cunningham. And beneath every post, every video clip, every replay, one theme kept repeating over and over. They're trying to silence her. But silence isn't in Sophie Cunningham's DNA. As she disappeared into the tunnel, carried by teammates and trainers, Stephanie White finally broke her stillness. She slammed the playbook down, papers flying everywhere, her voice cutting through the silence like a blade. "No more," she growled.
You can't get her down. She's always going to find a way to smile through the nonsense. Always find a way to smile through the BS, for lack of a better term. What are the odds this happens against the Connecticut Sun, a team Sophie Cunningham got into it with early in the season? What are the odds? What are the odds this incident takes place with Bria Hartley, a player that's found herself in the center of flagrant fouls, in the center of pulling ponytails many times this season? What are the odds?
Some people were saying that they believe they was tanking. I don't think they're tanking, but this story right here is what currently is going viral, and that is Stephanie White very emotional at the end of this game. Listen.
I'm so proud of you. We're proud of you too. I'm proud of you. I'm so proud of you guys. I know that sometimes it sounds like just a word when we talk about being resilient, but it's not, man. It's how we live. Yep. It's how y'all live, and it's a tribute to you. It's a tribute to your connectedness, your togetherness, your toughness, your mindset. You never give up gritty attitudes. Like, that's what it takes. That's what it takes, and we will never be counted out. Yep. Because that is worth gold. That is worth gold.
Fans in the lower rows swore they saw tears in her eyes. Others swore they saw rage. Maybe both were true, because Stephanie White knew what was at stake. This wasn't just about losing Sophie. This was about a league that might not want her voice, her energy, her fire, and somewhere deep down she wondered, was this bigger than basketball? Because what the world had just witnessed wasn't just an injury. It was a mystery. It was a statement. It was war. And the question echoing through every locker room, every fan's mind, and every WNBA executive's office was the same. Who wanted Sophie Cunningham off that court? And how far were they willing to go to make it happen? The cameras cut back to the commentators, their eyes wide, their voices hushed, almost like they were afraid of what they were saying. "This changes everything," one whispered. And it did, because from this moment on, every pass, every foul, every substitution would carry the shadow of Sophie's injury. The league couldn't hide it. The fans wouldn't let it go. And Stephanie White, she wasn't going to forgive. As Sophie sat in the locker room, leg wrapped in ice, staring blankly at the floor, the storm was already brewing outside. Reporters lined the halls. Fans screamed at the gates. And on the court, her teammates looked lost, broken, almost scared. Because they all knew the truth. This wasn't the end of the game. This was the beginning of the fight.